Oh man, welcome back to another video. Am I buying the dip on Fantom? That's what we're going to be talking about here in this video. You can see Fantom has had a little bit of a red week, down 3.5%, but still up a lot since some of the lows we saw in October. Is this a token I'm getting ready to buy the dip on? Have I already bought some of the dip? I'm going to break that down and a lot more. We're also going to take a look at Bitcoin, what's going on with altcoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance, and a lot more. If you want to trade with us, check out the link in the description to our Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG. So you can see here, Fantom had a really nice big move here, all the way up to $1.22, and you can see we've now pulled back here into our EMA ribbon. If you take the extreme down to where we're at currently, you can see we're about 41% retraced in just a couple of weeks. And if this pulls back even more to the EMA ribbon, you're looking at about 50% retracement here from those highs. And when we talk about not chasing green candles on this channel, that is exactly what I mean, right? It's your ability to avoid FOMOing in here and buying here. Now, if you watch my videos when, you know, Fantom Sonic was being talked about, Andre Cronje was tweeting a lot, and there were a lot of developments in the Fantom ecosystem, you could see that tied in perfectly with the price moving. But naturally, has any of that technology changed? Has any of that updates in terms of what they're building in terms of Sonic and the interview I had with Michael Kong, which I'll link up for you guys to watch, has any of those developments and advancements suddenly changed overnight? No. Price has fallen here 47%, like I just showed you, based on market sentiment. Oftentimes to do, and particularly in this time, to do with things not related to the altcoin itself, due to risk off nature, right? Due to the traditional markets feeling a bit nervous about inflation and stagflation, which we spoke about last week, Bitcoin struggling, and you're seeing, of course, here, Fantom struggling over the last kind of 4 or 5 weeks. But for me, these present the opportunities. These are the moments on average where I want to be buying. I want to be buying close to the mean. What does that mean? Close to the average. If I could just buy at average price, I'll do well. What I need to avoid doing is buying here. As an investor, that's my job. I need to make sure I'm not the fool buying at 122 every time. Because if I keep buying when it's extended, what that fundamentally means is I am somebody who needs the market to give me conviction. And that's the worst type of investor, full stop. You need to be the exact opposite. You need to understand that when you look at the data, what has actually changed about a project? If the market is falling and you can decipher that the market is falling due to something not to do with that project, those historically have presented the best buys in a token. So when I'm looking here, these are the areas I want to be nibbling. Now, of course, this all depends on your portfolio, right? You guys know I've got quite a lot of Fantom. I was lucky enough to be buying at a low cost basis. But if this was a project I was new to, or I didn't have any yet and I wanted to start a position, you can't go very far wrong than buying at the EMA ribbon, particularly in the upwards trend. So for me, these are amazing opportunities, not just on Fantom, but use this methodology on some of your favorite altcoins, right? Which altcoins are you looking at? Buying at or even below the EMA ribbon present really good buys versus buying Cardano here at the peak of 81 cents. You're now buying at 46 cents just by waiting a couple of weeks, right? Has the technology changed? Has your conviction changed? These are the things you need to ask yourself when looking to DCA into altcoins. Now, why are we seeing a little bit of pain in the market? Well, this is something we've spoken about extensively, right? Bitcoin is consolidating in a bullish pattern. Now, it doesn't mean we're out the neck of the woods. This pattern can indeed break to the downside. I've covered this off in videos over the last couple of days, and we could be getting a full retest of the EMA ribbon. So all of this panic over the last 5 days, and we're not even touching our EMA ribbon. So is it really panic, or is it just certain voices online which are trying to make you panic? This is what you need to decipher, right? Because right now, this market is not super panicked. We are seeing a little bit of pain, right? Fear and greed index is starting to pull back, which is good, into that 65 level. Remember, pullbacks are a necessity for a sustained bull market, right? You need pullbacks. You can't just keep sprinting. If I said go sprint the whole marathon, you can't sprint the whole marathon, right? You can sprint in bursts and then you need to rest, and you can sprint, then you can rest, right? Same with cryptos in the market. You can have moments where you're moving, but you need to have healthy pullbacks where you get rid of some of the short-term hands, where you make sure you consolidate a little bit, you make sure some of the leverage is out of the system, and then you can go again. So a pullback is good here. And like I've said for a while now, I don't mind a pullback into the EMA ribbon. That sits at 56K. And then even deeper into the EMA ribbon, you're talking 50K here, and then even all the way down to the bottom side of the EMA ribbon, 43 to 45K. Now, do I expect it to go that low? No. But it's good to know that we can come to these levels, particularly where we've got support here. Remember, we've got some important support of 50,000. If it wants to come down to 50, no problem whatsoever. That's going to provide some great opportunities for me to buy the dip. And the closer we get there, I'll start nibbling. It's not like I'm going to go, oh, as soon as we hit 50, I'm going to buy buy as much as I can. No. As we fall, I start nibbling. The further we fall, the bigger I buy my DCAs, hoping that we get a U-turn and moving back to the upside. This is another problem. So many people go, no, I'm buying at this level and I'm going to put, I've got 10 grand to allocate. I'm going to put all $10,000 at this level. And then guess what price action does? It goes here, and off it goes, and you never get picked up at the bus stop. So you're sat there twiddling your thumbs going, oh man, it didn't hit my level. Guys, come on, be sensible. When these pull back, they're not going to pull back exactly to your level. Particularly if you've got limit order buys, you do know that the market makers know exactly where your stop losses are. They know exactly where your limit buys are. Be very, very smart, guys. They're not going to come and just let you get your positions. No, if anything, they're trying to grab your stop losses, right? Which is why a lot of people with leverage are getting wrecked. So be very, very careful. If you want to nibble in, start nibbling, and those chunks can become bigger and bigger the lower the price gets and closer to your price target. So this is the kind of thing I'm looking for here on Bitcoin. I don't mind if it wants to pull back. Now, if Bitcoin wants to act super bullish, which I don't think most people are talking about, if it decides, hang on, that's enough of a pullback. I don't even want to come to the EMA ribbon. I'm feeling bull market mode. It may just decide to play out this bullish pattern. It may say, you know what, bears, you've had 4 weeks. I'm coming back with vengeance now. The RSI is reset. This was all overbought territory. It's now reset a little bit. And so now the bulls may go, hang on, we've had a breather now. For 5 weeks, we've been chilling. Let's bounce back. Let's break this pattern and start playing out the bullish scenario, which remember, the price target of this move is up at $93,000 to $94,000. Insane. So this is certainly not a time that I would want to be panicking and selling my crypto and getting out the market. No, in fact, fundamentally the opposite. It's clear we're in a consolidation. We may get a bigger consolidation, but it's clear we're in one now. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to nibble. If we get a bigger consolidations, take bigger chunks. Or if we also take a look at the dollar index, what are you seeing? Right? The dollar index is kind of just forming a doji candle. If you've taken my TA course, ijazcrypto.com/TA, what will you know about this candle? This candle here is a doji candle. It represents a reversal. Look at this one here. This was the last time we had a really nice doji candle on dollar index on the weekly chart. Look at that one. See that one there? Boom. And what happened? Dollar index curled over. So we're hoping the same can happen here. If we can get a nice curl over in the dollar index, then you've got a nice big M pattern. Hopefully we can keep it trending down. That's going to keep the market's risk on if this is going to the downside. Now, obviously in this leg, markets have been risk off. So it's hard for Bitcoin. And what's that based on? It's based on the fears around inflation. It's based on the fears around jobs. And this week is a big week. On Wednesday, we get the FOMC meeting. I will be covering it here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe with the bell notification on. We will get Jerome Powell's decision of whether we're going to get an interest rate cut. Now, the market, of course, is not pricing in an interest rate cut. But it's not just about that. It's about the press conference as well. Jerome Powell's going to deliver a press conference, and markets are now worried that he may come out and be really, really hawkish. Because the figures have been so bad, in other words, the labor market's too hot and inflation is still too hot, maybe he's going to come out and try to scare markets to rotate risk off. Okay, that's called jawboning, where he speaks aggressively about the market, saying, oh, we got loads more work to do, we can't cut interest rates in his press conference, and then markets start to sell off. So certainly this week, I'll be looking for, opportunities to buy the dip if Jerome Powell decides to rug pull the market. You've also got your JOLTS figure, okay? JOLTS figure is an important jobs figure which the market will look at. And then, of course, on Friday, you get your non-farm payrolls as well. So a lot of macro data this week. JOLTS, FOMC meeting with Jerome Powell press conference, and then you've got your non-farm payrolls on Friday. Very, very important data. And Bitcoin's going to be following this data. If you think, oh, no, this is crypto, I don't care, I'm just in my memes. If you care about altcoins, you're going to care about that news as well. Okay, so it's important you understand the effect that those things can have on your investments. Now, the other very important thing I need to share with you is this, the Bitcoin dominance. I made a video last week saying, guys, this could be the start of altcoin season. And why did I say that? Because Bitcoin dominance was getting rejected. It tried to break this green line to the upside. It was a fake out, and now it came to the downside. So now you've seen 2 weeks in a row red here on dollar index. And so the key now is going to be what's going to happen here? Because right now, with these last 2 weeks, altcoins have gained better than Bitcoin. I mean, look today, it's green. It's fairly green in the market, but Bitcoin's not getting that vibe. So altcoins are primed, and if you're in the right altcoins, you're seeing them set up really interesting patterns, right? And the question now for dominance is going to be, is it going to revisit here? And can it win back the trend? Because for a real altcoin season, you need this. right? This is just a pullback in Bitcoin season for now. This is Bitcoin dominance is strong. This means Bitcoin does well. Now, if this rotates the trend and goes here, altcoins do well. So this could just be a pullback before Bitcoin dominance takes control back again, okay? So be very, very wary about what's going on here. But if I show you very quickly, certain altcoins are in a really powerful position. Take a look at this on Ethereum, for example. Ethereum, if I clear all the lines, let's bring back the EMA ribbon. You can see here, Ethereum is bouncing nicely off its weekly EMA ribbon. What a nice bullish setup this is, right? Doji candle, confirmation candle, bouncing off its EMA ribbon. Hugely bullish chart pattern here from Ethereum. Let's take a look at XRP, not as bullish, below its EMA ribbon. Solana, it needs a green week this week in order to get that same bullish stance that Ethereum's got. Fantom, bouncing off its EMA ribbon, had a nice strong week this week, but it wasn't able to follow it up in this current week, right? It had a good one in the week previous. Let's take a look at something like Casper, trying to bounce from its EMA ribbon. Let's take a look at Cardano, below its EMA ribbon. So be wary of these kind of ones. They've been overbeaten here. The question is it going to hold on to its EMA ribbon and bounce back? Let's take a look at Matic, below its EMA ribbon, trying to hold the 200 EMA here on Matic. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Again, depths of the EMA ribbon. So overall, when I look at this market and I look at where we're at, you're getting a lot. We're now at mean, right? We're now in the average price point. So when we're talking about, is it a nice time to DCA? These are areas I like to DCA. Doesn't mean I'm going to go gung-ho. If I had, let's say, $10,000 to invest, I'll be breaking it into chunks of $1,000 and $500, and I'll be nibbling. I certainly wouldn't be on the sidelines. I'd be nibbling and getting myself into the market if I'm not over allocated in that position. If I've got too much Chainlink already, if I've got too much Fantom or Solana or whichever altcoin you're looking at already, then maybe I won't allocate. But if there's something where I want to build a position, it's a good time to be building a position at the EMA ribbon, because the EMA ribbon is where you're going to see a decision of, are we going to lose and pull back even further, in which case you can nibble more chunks of your $1,000, or are we going to bounce and head to the upside with vengeance, in which case you can continue nibbling on the way up as well. Hopefully this video was useful. If you like this type of content here, even on a Sunday, smash all the likes. Do not forget to subscribe if you want to trade with us, ijazcrypto.com/TG, but also check out the exchanges. They support the channel, Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, links in the description. They're offering you some amazing bonuses, so check them out. Get yourself signed up. Always set yourself up on at least 3 or 4 exchanges, because you never know when something can happen with one and you need to buy the dip. So get yourself set up on exchanges. Get yourself deposited with a little bit of pocket money that you're ready to buy the dip whenever an altcoin pulls back into the price point that you want to hit, and enjoy your trading. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.